Alright, while I'm here today in Pikeville, Kentucky, there is a couple buried here that I want you to meet. Some of these stories just life stories of things people endure are quite striking sometimes. Some stand out more so than others. I think this is it up here. This is it. Burnett. Victor A., February 8th, 1892 to December 23rd, 1923. And Mary E., February 10th, 1893 to October 12th, 1917. Now, I haven't been to this grave before. I found it online, and I was drawn in by the people's pictures to look into it more. And it's been really perplexing, actually. So, Victor was married before he married Mary. Now, according to the information I found, Victor and Mary were married for about a year. Within that year, they had a child, which died. And then Mary got the flu, which turned to pneumonia, and she died. And 5 years later, his death certificate says he was shot. And I can't figure out or find any articles on why he was shot so young or at all. And Mary, death certificate says that she died in 1918, not 1917. Now this Mary and the Mary in the death certificate have the same father, married to Victor. It's the same person. But it'd be highly unlikely that the death date would be wrong. And I think the birth date's off on the other one. So, but I cannot find any proof that this is a different Mary. Even their marriage certificate says, well, I'll go ahead and show you. Alright, I'm going to try to unpack all this without confusing everybody to death. But it gets pretty twisty, so hang on to your hats. According to this, Victor A. Burnett, with no E, married Mary Belle Elliott August 10th, 1916 in Pikeville. They were both 24 years old. Now, the name of Victor's parents is John and Martha. Now, this will matter later, so try and remember that. The name of the parents of the wife is James Elliott and Elizabeth Hall Elliott. It says the occupation of the husband was policeman, which you would think, well, that would play into why maybe he was shot later, but it seems that he changed occupations later. So we have that, married in 1916. They're both 24 years old, though according to the grave marker, she was 24 when she died a year later, but on her death certificate it says she was 26. So here we have a picture of Victor as a police officer. I found that on Ancestry. So here we have Mary's death certificate. It says Mary Belle Burnett. So you would think, well, maybe that's a different person. But her dad, J.A.S. Elliott, mother, don't know. So apparently Victor, who was the one who was the informant, didn't know her mother's name, which is a little strange. But I do know that James, who we saw earlier, who is Mary's father, did go by Jace several times, and it said she was 26 years old. Influenza followed by pneumonia, but the date's November 1918, and her birthday is March 6, 1892. Husband, Victor A. Burnett, Pikeville. Birthplace, Floyd, which the original Mary that had the different birth date and stuff was also born in Floyd. So now we have Victor's death. So according to census, he married Anna after Mary died. And when Victor died, and this is the same parents again, John and Martha, he was a barber. He was 31 years old. He was killed instantly by blow on head and gunshot wounds. And this was 3 days before Christmas. Well, wait a minute here. So his birth date's December 23rd. And his death date's December 23rd. So that's weird. So that would be 1922 or 23. Am I missing something here? I feel like I'm just not comprehending something right. I feel like I'm just not understanding something, or I'm missing something. Maybe one of you guys can point it out. Okay, so on a side note, he had a brother named Bunyan, who was also a barber, 33 years old. Parents John, Martha, and he lived in Pikeville. So apparently he died of strychnine poisoning, 1936, which would have been after his Victor died, and he was married to someone named Wonder Scott. Interesting. So here's Victor, and he is shown next to Mary, age 24, different dates. Born in Floyd. See, we got the born in Floyd again. 1917, different birth, different death dates. No parents listed. And then apparently he married Anna, who was a second wife, but is not, she lived 70 years after him. And she's buried in Virginia, whereas his first wife, Mary, regardless, is buried right here with him. And he had 2 children, I think, with Anna. So this is Bunyan, the one that died of the strychnine poisoning. And you can see him there, like, doing hair and stuff. So this is his dad, John. And he died at 47, which is pretty early. He's buried somewhere else in Pikeville. And then Martha died at 87. So, and she's buried at Pikeville with him. So yeah, let me know in comments if you can, if I'm missing something here, if you can figure something out about why, the Mary Bell, Mary Elliott, they seem to be the same person to me. So, Mary Bell Elliott. Anyways, I appreciate you guys checking this out with me, and I plan to do more Lost Lives episodes. It's something I'm really interested in. Not someone, necessarily got murdered, but just interesting people with interesting lives, and just little things I stumble across all the time doing this stuff. And I just feel like someone out there, if I'm interested in it, chances are someone else will be too. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and let me know in comments if you like the Lost Lives idea. And until next time, thanks for watching Hillbilly Files.